for close.
Pour it hot, pull it close. Sun's already on the porch. You've been working twice as hard for something you already got. Another orange morning, it's time to show. Another orange morning, it's time to grow. Another orange morning, let the updates flow. Another orange morning, you already know. Friends are coming through the door. Wheels are spinning on the floor. We don't know what we don't know. That's the only way to grow. Another orange morning, it's time to show. Another orange morning, it's time to grow. Another orange morning, let the updates flow. Another orange morning, you already know. What you're looking for is in your hand, been there all along. Pour another cup and pull a chair. Sing along. Another orange morning, it's time to show. Another orange morning, it's time to grow. Another orange morning, let the updates flow. Another orange morning, you already know. Hey! Hey!
Good morning, HubSpot Nation. Welcome to another Orange Morning. It is Monday, July 13th, 2026. New time, same value here with Casey Oaks and special guest Nico this morning. How's everybody doing today?
Doing great. I'm energized. I've been trying to push, well, not really that hard, but I have been happy to push this an hour later for as long as we've been doing the show.
I'm just
So.
glad Nico didn't send his digital AI twin or whatever. We actually got him on the call.
He did.
Everybody's waiting for it, so I guess I should work on that this week. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty close over here thinking about it in some circumstances.
The last thing I need is another me out there running around. That would be a nightmare.
I will not second that. I can't imagine why I wouldn't want another Oaks.
I need my own Oaks.
As
Like,
it is.
I need to get my own Oaks tester. So I need that for sure.
I'd be a little worried that it would be able to start to learn exponentially, and then maybe it wouldn't even need a robot body, and it would conclude that it needed to destroy me.
Speaking of HubSpot updates, which is what we're here to do. Also, before we dive in, Casey, I gave you a link in the private chat. The reason why Nico is joining us today, if you don't mind, is that we're doing a new kind of boot camp this week. The AI Augmented HubSpot Stack mini series is going on. So I'm not going to be here for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, Casey will have some other co-hosts. Ryan Ginsberg, Zach Hushin, and Trisha will be here to keep her company while me and Nico.
We need a solve for Thursday. Trisha's in the thing. So.
Oh yeah, she's joining us. That's right. She's joining us to get activated, which is our goal in this series. So we're excited. New kind of boot camp. So it's 3 days, 90 minutes each, just get in there, build stuff, help you build stuff. By the end, you're going to have stuff built. And excited that HubSpot has stepped up in this way to try some different formats about like how we can just keep training and keep learning, especially when it comes to AI. So excited to be doing that with you, Nico.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be a really great course, especially for those of you who are, and I know that there's been a lot of talk about it this past couple weeks, who are interested in how do I leverage, the connector came out such a long time ago, but now that more and more people are getting involved with Claude Code and Claude Cowork and just Claude Desktop, there's that question of, okay, what do I do with this thing? It's free. It's part of workflows. How do I actually work with it? So we're going to be going over that. We're also going to be diving into like, okay, now that I'm into Claude Code, like what can I do with that, combined with HubSpot? And then to me, one of the most important aspects of it is going to be walking through, all right, now that I have this thing set up, how do I make it proofed, right? Like, so how do I proof this against security issues? How do I proof it against prompt injections? How do I proof it against issues where it's got some type of knowledge rot that's going on? How do I keep that from happening? So it's not just going to be about how to build these things out, but also how to maintain them and make sure that they're performing at their top level.
Yep. How to build them, how to maintain them, how to keep an eye on them, how to know that they're still working, especially as we ask, most HubSpot managers that really have no choice but to learn how to understand what Breeze and Breeze AI and these connectors are doing inside your system. Like, how do you become that orchestrator to know, like, okay, it's doing this over in HubSpot, it's doing this over in Claude, like why, right? And starting to understand that, super important, because HubSpot's making it easier than ever with these connectors, with the agent CLI that's getting scopes like added like every single day at this point, pretty much. They really want you to be able to access all of the data and functionality of HubSpot through agents where possible. And so we're going to help you make sense of all that this week. So, all right, Casey, let's get into some updates. We took last week off because it was the week of rest. It looks like they rested a little bit, at least. Came Friday, I started seeing some Slack channel activity. A couple more updates hit, or like 5 more, looks like here. I'm gonna be selfish and just go right to the new video sharing menu, because I am very interested in videos in HubSpot. What is it? Our newly redesigned video share menu brings every sharing option for a video into one place, from the video details page or directly from a video tile or list row. You can copy a share link, grab an embed code, download the file, post to social, change who can view the video, set the hosted domain, or set an expiration without bouncing between screens. Hallelujah.
Why does this matter? Sharing a video in HubSpot used to mean hunting through different parts of the product for different actions. The share page link lived in one place, the embed code in another, social posting had its own flow, and visibility settings sat alongside unrelated configurations. If you just want to send a video to a colleague or grab an embedded for landing page, it required more clicks and context switching than it should have. The new video menu fixes that. Link, embed, download, social, visibility, domain, and expiration are all in one consolidated menu, so you can share from wherever you happen to be working. That's what it works. Have you seen this in action, anyone?
No.
Can't say that I have, but that is, I mean, like the more they keep adding to the capability of making it easier for you to share media, is honestly, it's pretty quintessential right now. Like sharing any type of media, any type of video podcasting, any type of video advertising, like that's obviously where the majority of attention is going right now through various video channels, including LinkedIn, right? So that's just becoming more of the, as much as people wanted to call it doom scrolling, what's interesting is the reshape of that and what's happening in terms of that now becoming this popular format for also education and for information. So yes, there's fair amount of advertising on there, but in terms of being able to increase your outreach and your education about either product or service and doing it very easily and quickly through the same platform that you're managing your customers in, it's definitely a huge win.
Can we expire those link settings? Expand that triangle? No.
Nice.
It said something about expiration, but I'm
Yeah,
not seeing it
No way
here,
that-
obviously.
Oh, so if you turn on advanced features, you get it. I'm trying to get to the same screen you
Oh.
are and failing.
Just open a video and click
Close.
share. It's interesting to me that advanced features is turned off by default, but okay. It seems like the video visibility goes away if you turn advanced features on. So those, I think it has to be public, probably, for advanced features.
Advanced features is like tracking, and I think that works with. This is it's so confusing.
But like,
so this is a good step in the toward making it less confusing. But
well, there's been video limits for hosting in HubSpot, and that's really where, like, for me to be able to host it in HubSpot and then embed it on any website outside of HubSpot and get the tracking and all that stuff, like, it has to have the advanced features on.
Right.
And really, any of the off HubSpot tracking stuff requires advanced features. I can't even. I don't even have a share button. Like,
there's a file expiration date.
Yeah, I'm not super deep on video. I interface with it on projects, I don't know, a couple times a year. But videos and files are two areas that definitely so much streamlining like this is welcome.
Well, I'm wondering, like, if it's because I'm in the new, like, you're in the old.
I did go to files. I didn't go to like video.
Right, but I'm seeing like even like you're in the old design, right? And this is the new one, and like so the buttons that were here on your screen are now up here, and I do not have a share button like you do. So maybe that's something for the team.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't have any portals on the old design.
That's kind of interesting because the screenshot in the update is the new design.
Right.
Is the copy link, is that just the share for it?
It's just going to copy it.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, maybe I'll send a message to the team, or this could be a slow roll of general access. But that difference between the designs of the UI is where I'm going to point to as to why we're having different experiences right now.
Well, you can give feedback right here.
I will do that. You know, but that video team has been so good. I bet we won't even have to do that. Just be done by tomorrow.
You could go, once this video gets into HubSpot, you could go into it, you could click copy link, and you could come back to here, click give feedback, and then just paste the URL into your feedback form and submit it.
There you go. All good ideas. I like the update. Can't wait to use it. It's been very challenging to know where to get the embed and then where to click the link and then the
Yes.
URL. So thankful that this is happening.
Quality.
All right. What other updates get the attention of our esteemed guests?
Custom agents are coming to public beta.
That's a good one.
What type of custom agents we talking about?
Surely all of us have been using it in private beta. I say that.
Okay. Yeah,
First of all,
yeah.
A thanks here from the team. Thank you for being part of the Custom Agents private beta. Your feedback directly shaped this launch, and we're grateful for the time and thoughtfulness you invested. What is this update, though? Starting July 23rd, 10 days from now, Custom Agents are coming to public beta. As we make that transition, there are a few important things to know. Credit-based pricing goes live on July 23rd. You can see your estimated costs and set run limits today. And a few templated agents will be sunset. Nothing you've already built will be lost.
Interesting. I also think when you go into that resources, agentic automation is the first link, which is interesting to me. I know that can run on custom agents, but I'm just interesting that like this is getting tied so closely together as we move into it.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, I think agents running workflows and workflows that hand off to agents. I like that model for the flexibility for connecting tools and systems and for having deterministic or semi-deterministic steps that interject. I could see that being really valuable.
This is where I think, so to me, I honestly think this is that new position that people have maybe been talking about in terms of, okay, do we need somebody internally that's dedicated to AI? And this is the reason to have somebody that's dedicated to AI. If, especially if you've been following Chris, then you know about his organization that he's put together through Value First of AI agents and how important it is to have that sort of inner organization running, and not just running, but running and available to anybody that needs to leverage it. So, personal assistants are like one thing, but assistants that can leverage these specialized agents when you need certain tasks done is honestly, like, it's very priceless. And I think that that's something that you actually need somebody who is kind of committed to building all of that out and committed to actually, again, doing it properly, making sure that the right security is in place and everything, because I doubt that that's going to be something that you want to have just widely available to people simply because of like record access and things like that. It's not exactly that. I don't want to use the word amateur, but it's not really a tool that you could like open up and be like, hey guys, have fun with this and go nuts with it, right? Like you could cause a lot of issues pretty quickly. So, but it is awesome to see this launching finally and getting out there. It's been months. It's been about a year.
Yeah,
actually.
It's been a year.
Almost
yeah.
a year.
It's been,
Yeah.
It was, I think more. Yeah,
I was right before
before
Inbound last year. They opened up, and they've done, like, if anybody who's been in the Slack channel taking part in this private beta, like most of the requests are like, but how do we know? Like whether it's credits or how it got the context, how it created the context, how it made the PDF, like how do we know which records it's using? How do we know where we can use it? Like, how do we know which users can access it? Like all of things. So I think just this last Friday in the channel, Becca mentioned that they made it easy to see expected credit usage of agent runs, which is huge. Like that's the kind of stuff that, because we're doing it inside of HubSpot and teams are spending money on credits, like you just don't, if you're HubSpot, you can't not solve that, right? Because it's hitting business budgets that teams are responsible for. And you had to provide visibility. Meanwhile, if you're doing this over in, Claude or GPT, you have to set up a bunch of your own stuff to get an idea of what the cost is probably going to be. But even then, there's so many variables to see it before, like to get a projection of how much you're going to spend, right? There's lots of there can be lots of clarity to look back at the month. But it was interesting. I mean, as I saw all these requests come in, it's like, oh, it'd be nice if we could set up this agentic custom workflow and then know exactly how many credits it's going to spend every time. That would be nice. Yeah, let's see. Kudos to the team if they can actually get there. But
it's not a it's not an update, but the credit utilization and projection kind of visibility within the it's under I think account and billing, where you drill down, has improved significantly in the last 12 months certainly, but I would say, I don't know exact timing, 6 months or so, but like shows you which features are consuming credits, whether they're enabled or disabled, that kind of thing, and then you can set limits more granularly, which is pretty great. It used to just give us a what I saw in most portals was you've used 0 of your 5,000 credits, but you can kind of get some better visibility into that as well on the like post spend side. So definitely would like to see more visibility in both of those areas that you mentioned, like what's it going to spend, and visibility of like what the agent did or does outside of just like the inbox view. But yeah, I feel like continuing to lay some solid foundations here with the custom agents. I'm curious to see where this goes with, like right now, some of the built-in agents, customer agent I've been doing some work with, doesn't appear in Breeze Studio. It appears under service, which doesn't, I understand why it got put there at first, but the customer agent versus prospecting agent versus what custom agents will be able to do starts to kind of blur the lines on where those things belong and how we look at what they do. So when you go to add an agent in the agent studio, it shows you customer agent and prospecting agent there, but they aren't actually in the studio.
Right.
Which is, it's just confusing from a admin setup standpoint, but centralizing like, where are my agents? What are they doing? How can I see that utilization, activity, and spend? We have a little bit of headroom for improvement on that.
That's the thing, is I was wondering if that's what's going to be next, and that would be wonderful if that's what's on the horizon. Is okay, now that we have all of this knowledge and we understand what's going on, this is something that I was able to do pretty easily with Harry, is to actually work out the ROI, to be able to, like, already internally how long it's taking to solve a ticket, So you need basically admin to take, average payroll for that position, figures out how much, cost per ticket for length of time by comparison to agent, length of time agent takes to resolve ticket per cost gives you ROI, right? So then we should be able to see that in like reporting, right? Or some functionality where we're now able to measure, hey, here's how long it took to do, client prep, right? And just like we set goals and forecasting. So rep can come in and say, yeah, it used to take me about on average 45 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever to do client prep. Here's how long it takes agent to do it. Here's calculated ROI, right?
Mhm.
I don't disagree with that, but I think the area that really demonstrates the value of these tools is not ROI, right?
Oh
It's
no,
like,
but you know how
it's-
leadership is.
I know, but like, it's like, I mean, it really plays into the story of like, well, our people aren't that valuable when you go that direction, but like what some people get excited and can sign checks based on ROI, but hey, look how much more capable our team is. Look at the things that we were able to tackle that we were not able to get to before. Look
Yep.
at how much better our deliverables are. Look at, like all of these things. That's the stuff that's hard to surface.
Mhm.
And I think, that's probably, I, I definitely wouldn't put something like that on the product team's roadmap. I think that's a challenge that organizations will have to wrestle with individually, but that's the stuff that we would want to use to like really tell the story of the capabilities that these tools bring.
Yeah. Yep. Let's there is a deck, but before we get to that, is there any other updates? And then we will spend the last 10 minutes deep diving more into these agents.
Just a general question. Like, I would want to look into the GPT ads feature, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know
think we're
that.
allowed to show that on the screen and
Well,
not click on it. Honestly,
Oh.
well, the thing is like, I mean, let's look at it. But has anyone actually run into a GPT ad yet?
I have.
Okay. Like
I've-
through like, so it's odd. So like through looking for something or looking up
Mhm.
information in general. Okay, got it.
Mhm. Yeah, so I was doing I ran into one last night. I am planning a vacation and I was comparing hotels and I started getting ads for different hotels. Under the results, I would get an ad for a hotel or even just like Airbnb or something.
Was the ad relative to what was mentioned in the response?
hmm
Okay. I mean, I shouldn't say relative, but like, was
Mm-hmm.
Airbnb mentioned in the response? Okay, cool.
Actually not quite. So here I can show you.
There's
Actually,
the miss. Swing and a miss.
here.
That's how I expect it to be, right? Like, I expect the ad to be tied to your geo. So if you actually showed up as part of the result and you pay for ad, then your ad also shows up with your result, right?
So I'm running a half marathon near the Grand Canyon. I've been doing a lot of research around when to arrive for altitude sickness and stuff. Way harder of an answer apparently than I expected it to be. But so this is insoles, so running insoles. So this is actually, this example is not quite.
For me, your
specific.
screen's not showing up if you're trying to share it.
Oh, it's not?
Oh, I see it.
Oh, okay. Well, it must
Yeah.
be me.
This is an Oaks problem.
It's my fault.
all right. So we see. So you're saying that the question of how to manage altitude acclimation does not
Mhm.
relate to carbon fiber insoles.
Not directly.
Okay.
For
Well, I'm
me.
Maybe
sure.
Chat history, though, indicates it.
I'm sure VKTRY, sorry, I don't know how to say it the way you probably want me to say that acronym.
Victory.
Victory. Okay. That's fair, I guess.
Everyone,
Do you
everyone
appreciate?
got it.
Yep. I had already had like country in my head, so since that was
sorry, my
everything,
brain's
I
like
was just
that.
at a loss. Yeah, I wonder if they. So let's say they connect their ad to HubSpot, their ads account, right? That's my first question: is how many actually have ChatGPT ads accounts?
Right.
That's
but then,
pretty
like,
small at this point, yeah.
But then, like, what I would want to see, like, if I'm Victory, like, how much context can I see next to this ad impression or whatever it counts as?
Yeah.
Right. To know that
the impact,
why it didn't get a click or why it did get a click. Right.
I mean, that's on OpenAI though.
Right. That's
like, they're gonna be more, I bet they are gonna be more secretive than even Meta is about what
how it's going
triggers
to work.
the ads and things.
So I haven't run ChatGPT ads yet. I've been talking to a couple clients about it, but we haven't started. So I don't know what it looks like. But yeah, to Oaks's point, I mean, I've run a lot of Meta ads, I've run a lot of Google ads, and especially as the algorithms have kind of taken over, those platforms are less and less clear on what you're actually targeting. And even the most effective campaigns have the widest, like the broadest targeting, and then the algorithm kind of niches down for you. So my best guess is Victory was like target runners, and like this is that. And even the ChatGPT ad algorithm is learning at this point. I mean, it's just not old enough to.
Right. Well, I would think. Right. So let's go back to the update, because I'm trying to like tie it into the value of like seeing it inside of HubSpot, like, because inevitably you only want to do that if you're trying to have some level of visibility, tie it to ROI, tie it to like trend analysis, make decisions. Like maybe we shouldn't just target runners. Maybe we could get a little more specific with that. So ChatGPT ads uses a different targeting model than traditional ad networks. Ads are matched to what users are actively asking about, not just who they are. This means your ads can reach people at the moment they're searching for something relevant to your business.
That
Once
sounds
connected,
like an ad model I've heard before.
Yeah. Once connected, you can manage ChatGPT campaigns directly in HubSpot alongside your other channels without switching between tools. Of course, we get our AEO reminder here. Scroll down a little bit, Casey. Like, be interesting to see how it connects to like the AEO visibility versus ad like visibility. I'm sure there's some insights to be gained there. But is it a whole new world, or is it just a new place that we're going to try and do the same things in?
It's feeling so far to me a new place right now. And that's even the way I've been experiencing ChatGPT ads as an end user. It feels like a Google search ad in many ways. And it makes sense to me because a lot of times I'm using ChatGPT in instances where I would have previously used Google search. I mean, that specific example, I was talking to ChatGPT about the altitude. I 1000% 2 years ago would have gone to Google for this. So right now that is definitely how it's feeling. But check this out. So can I zoom?
And this is private beta, just as a reminder. But being able to manage like this kind of stuff from here, I think would be an advantage.
So describe the conversation topics or keywords where your product or service may be relevant. These hints guide matching, but are not exact match targeting rules. So, I mean, I even wonder if that company was targeting like even marathon running and things like that, which are more specific than just running.
Right.
I will say the ad itself referred to high schoolers running shoes, which didn't feel specifically relevant to my needs, but
see, there should be like this is where it's funny because I'm actually writing about this on the side. And I've nicknamed it the flood. This is where you take information that is consistent and you start just destroying it, right? So like Casey's not even searching for insoles. She's not even searching for anything related to insole. It shouldn't, like, that company, even though it speaks to insole, it should only come up when you're talking about it, when the conversation's relevant. It should solely be, so like this whole thing of like, can't figure out what the algo is. There shouldn't be one. It should straight up just be a measure of relevancy, right? And if you are relevant to the conversation and you are paying for ad space,
it's
bingo.
this obsession with getting to people before they know they need you. And that's the same obsession that makes bad lead scoring models. It's the same thing that makes bad cold outreach. But we marketers, businesses have this obsession with we need to tell people they need us before they know they do.
Yeah, and that's where the huge mistake is with marketing right now, because we have the tools. Like, that made sense when we didn't have the tools to be able to detect when they were actually ready to buy. But now we do. Now we know exactly when you're ready to buy, because I can go scour Reddit for like 10,000 posts and go find exactly the people who are like, wish I could find this today, wish I could find it yesterday, wish I had a solution to this, whatever it is. I can find those people. I don't have to look for, well, I'm starting to have trouble with this and I think I'm going to switch to that and blah, blah, blah. Like, just stop doing that, because that's what's muddying up the water. And that's what's actually making, and it's going to make advertising even like worse going into this year, is if people are like trying to flood with non-relevant information and non-relevant tags.
I'm going to come in hot with a counter take, which is to say, if you're talking about purely demand response channels, then sure, maybe. But the ability
search is a demand response channel. Yes, it is.
Some uses of search are produce demand response, but not all uses of search. But that and conversations with chatbots are the same thing. There are a lot of things that companies can do and that are within the domain of marketing that are showing people a picture of a future that they didn't even realize was possible, because the challenges that they face. You have a solution that is like well thought out and proven, that kind of thing, right? Like that are valid and that can be executed in those channels, whether there is as much leverage there or more noise there than there compared to the past is certainly a conversation. But picture it and harken back to a time where you stumbled across a product in a search result or that a friend showed you, or in a store or something, where you're like, oh my God, I had no idea this even existed. This is perfect. Like, I have wished that I had something like this. Like, that is a very human moment.
Mhm.
And I think, ultimately, like, we kind of, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people aspire to do something like that for their customers, to be so
Mhm.
incredible, so perfectly
Mhm.
suited for them, that when somebody has never heard of you, they discover you and they're like, I wouldn't know how to articulate this, or I wouldn't have even thought to ask for something like this, that it was possible. It's a brilliant innovation. It's a new thing I've never heard of, whatever, right? Translating that into demand response channels, hard, admittedly, for sure. But I I would not preclude those two things or say that they aren't connected, right? Like, I'm curious. I've been talking to a couple of clients about ChatGPT ads at the strategic level, because if it's low saturation, and one of the advantages of chatbots, I don't want to see ads in my chatbots, but one of the advantages is they are currently the best technology that we have invented, I think, for turning amorphous, complex, not well understood questions and needs into a distilled understanding that is ready for action. Which is to say, you can go in and say, like, hey, I don't know what to do about this problem. I don't even understand it. And it can talk you through, like, well, is it this? Is it that? Tell me this, tell me that. And come through to, like, okay, well, here's three choices, about whatever, fix the refrigerator, throw it away, or something. I don't know what the third choice would be for, like, repairing a broken fridge. Or here's a service provider, something like that. DIY, get a new one, service provider. Um, that that is a brand new capability for people.
Right.
So, like, that a more abstract, right? Like that example showing keywords. What I would really like to figure out is, can we, in this context, say, hey, here are the things that our prospective customers are talking about, and here's how they think about them, our ideal customers, and here's how we fit into that, and here's the, like, not good fit is good fit dimensions, and
Right.
magic wand, you get recommended in the right conversations, right, or the right questions get asked.
Right.
I think that's a huge opportunity.
Yes. And I think all we would like to see is, have you done the work to find all the existing hand raisers? Like, first, the existing signals, which, by the way, custom signals and buyer intent and intent signals are right over here in this part of HubSpot. Like, and it's like there's so much assumption that needs to happen for ads to work. Like, and how much better will that assumption be if you do the other work first? That's actual real, like, data. Like, it's one thing if from a strategic perspective you want to figure out ChatGPT ads before the rest of your industry does. That's, like, totally fair. But if it comes at the expense of not figuring out, like, custom signals and the access to data that you already do have, where you can find the hand raisers without any assumption, they say plainly, I need this thing right now, in a random Reddit thread somewhere, right? You can find them and surface them. I think all of this complexity is going to get easier if you can get yourself out of, like, oh, the new ads, let's go figure that out, and instead start talking to Breeze and agents and AI about, hey, like, at least just, like, what does this mean to me in this portal where I already have some ICPs, where I already have, like, Facebook ads? Maybe is it just copy and paste, like, Facebook keywords? Like, Hopefully that, I don't know what Bree's going to say. Hopefully it says no. But like, to kind of force that into the last point I want to make, you will not be able to avoid like agents and AI and credits inside of HubSpot. And so your task for today is, again, all I did was I copied the custom agents. I copied this text with no other prompt, just gave it to Breeze. And there might be a little, it knows I'm going to do this now. So it knows that I'm going to verify the update details and then turn this into a concise what it means for you summary. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. And then at the end, if you want, I can turn this into a decision memo for your team, or what this means for Value First Team checklist tailored to how you use agents, which it did, and I am thankful for it. It will do this whichever portal you're in, whoever asked for it, right? So if you're not sure where to start here. And what I would advise not doing is, like, if you have been using, then you come over to your Breeze dashboard, which is in beta, and maybe don't take this 55,000 hours saved by agents metric right to the boss and try to get sign off on, man, 55 hours times, let's see, like $50 an hour. That's like, look at all this money that we're saving. Like, yeah, like maybe don't like 100% trust these numbers and understand, because I'm telling you, for my portal right now, I have no idea where that number is coming from, right? I like this number, like what's in use.
That's what I was really getting at when I was talking earlier about like that. Like, so like this reporting, the only way that becomes more accurate is if somebody from the org goes in and puts in actual numbers. Like whoever does planning and strategy knows what the hours of, you guys, you all know, because you all do it hourly now anyway. So stop acting like you don't have the numbers. Like that's part of the problem, is agencies not wanting to be more transparent. Like that's a large part of the problem in terms of like, how do we, I saw it on Y Combinator yesterday. So like there are people hunting for other people to help figure out how to make the transition with SaaS in terms of like, how do we change our pay structure and our pay model and how we're doing everything. The only way you're going to be able to do that is by actually putting in your values and measuring these metrics and being able to assess and say, okay, here's what the value of this is worth, given what the savings is, because you can measure the cost savings and you can do it that way, as opposed to, and again, measure what the value of it is. If time is money, right, it shouldn't be too difficult to figure out like, hey, we are saving you X amount of time over the course of the year, which is equivalent to Y amount of dollars, which breaks down to whatever you guys want to break it down to as a competitive price, right?
My math is that 55,000 hours is 26 years. So
spread across multiple employees, right?
Okay, sure. How many people are in the portal, working in the portal?
That's what I'm wondering. It's like, how large an enterprise level?
5 years. Company. We did 5 years of work. So like, you gotta,
even if you didn't know, we're a Fortune 500 company over here at Value First Team.
1,000 employees. So yeah, like any of those, this is what Chris has heard me say this so many times. ROI numbers are made up BS, right? Like the people try to ground them, but nobody trusts them, because that very quickly is like, $50 an hour. Like, well, we would not have spent that much money.
Exactly.
And it's higher than our, total.
But that's why you can't go by like,
you've got to break it down and say like, how many hours, how many hours of work, how many tasks and outputs or outcomes generated by agents are incremental, things that I know a ton of mine are things that like, look, I never would have got that done. Like I never would have been able
Yeah.
to get that margin, right? That's the
Yeah.
value story.
Yeah. And I've talked to the team about that, and they would love to hear it from more people. So if you see dashboards like this, they're looking for all the feedback in the world for help specifically on what do you need to see that's going to tell how valuable this is for your organization, right? A lot of people use the ROI term when they start to go down that route, but please don't run to hours. Like, look at things like features in use, what was created, what kinds of things are happening that weren't happening before, right? And start to talk to your team. Don't just give it to your team and then sit over here on dashboard land and think you're going to get a feel for how valuable this stuff is. Like, that's going to take you down the road of all these studies about people not feeling it's valuable. And so we want you, that's why we're here. And the team has been great about responding to feedback like that. Know that everybody's trying to figure this stuff out. And we thank you for joining us on another Orange Morning.
Go to the boot camp.
Yes. We're going to be deep diving on all this stuff this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, me and Nico, HubSpot boot camps. Come check it out. Everybody have a great week.
Bye-bye.